Coach, got a short week this week before a Friday game. Does that change things for you a little bit in terms of preparation?
Yeah, it does. Obviously, usually we give them Mondays off, but we came in Sunday and kind of finished off our previous game notes and film study and kind of turned them loose, let them get some treatment, get out of here, and then we had to get back and game plan and start back early Monday morning. So, it was a quick turnaround, but again, the first couple of days have gone well. Practice has gone smooth, so and came out of the game, healthier. So that's good. So we didn't have any really setbacks, and so all good so far.
I want to ask you about Austin Aune. Obviously, he got the start last week and ends up playing the entire game, 4 touchdown passes. Just what did you see out of him that you liked against Missouri, and where are you looking for him to improve?
Well, I'll tell you, I thought he was much better in the run game. We knew it was going to be a game to where they were going to add extra defenders, and he was going to have to run the football at times. And, felt like, with his speed and athleticism, we just got to continue to grow in that area and make sure you're a strong runner when you do have the ball. I thought he did a great job with that, with all those reads. I thought he got better as the game went on. I thought he did some really good things in the passing game. Hit some explosives, hit some shots down the field. We just got to take care of the football. Offensively, having 3 turnovers on the road, you're not going to win many games doing that. We had 1 there that put our defense in really poor position there after the first drive, and gave them points. And then obviously had a turnover there going down on our end, I think on our own about 22. Had a fumble right there after half that cost us points. And then we had 1 more turnover to where we got caught on an RPO. It wasn't a bad decision. It wasn't a bad throw. Just sometimes that happens. It was for kind of one of those, made a heck of a play, and I can live with those. That's football. It can happen at times, but we just got to take care of the ball. We get out of our own way and make sure we continue to, when we get in rhythm, move the ball. It's been pretty good. We got to be more consistent at doing that.
It's been a rough go for you guys the last couple weeks. How are you guys doing mentally at this point in the season?
Mentally, they're fine. Again, that's it's football, and you just got to continue to hone in on your corrections and getting guys a day better, getting guys growed up, matured, and you just got to fight through it. That's life. I mean, there's going to be challenges. There's going to be adverse situations, no matter what. You got to be mentally tough enough to, try to make sure that you're doing everything possible for yourself to help this team win, and just keep grinding through it.
So 305 passing yards last week on Saturday. That was the first time since SMU y'all had over 300 passing yards. Do you feel like the passing game is kind of coming around after 2 weeks that you were under 100?
I don't. I think we still have a long way to go. We still need to continue to improve in that area. But I do think I did see a lot more rhythm together. Guys being on the same page. There's been some different lineups since SMU, and really game 1. A lot of different faces, a lot of different guys, and so I think the off week helped us kind of get into some of that. And we're pitching and catching a lot better right now than we were. So obviously, still got a lot of improvements to make, and still have room for growth. But the guys are working hard at it and staying after and doing the things necessary to get back to being explosive in that area. But with us, it all starts up front. That's where it all starts, and with our O-line, backs, tight ends, getting in the run game, our RPOs, and then kind of sets up the rest.
Obviously, it has been a bit of a rough stretch with the 4 losses in a row. What does it take just to break out of a skid like that?
Well, I think it just takes everybody pulling the rope in the same direction and truly just getting focused on that week. Got to have short memories, whether it's a win or a loss. Everybody has a role to play, and making sure you're holding yourself and your teammates accountable to having the best day. And, again, a football season, there's a lot of ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we still have 7 games, and we got a lot of football in front of us. And so it's really just focusing in on this week and this opportunity, learning from the past mistakes and growing, and that's all you can do. But I think the mentality's been great. They're working hard. The teams, all year long, it's been a group that they stick together. We understand there's when you're winning, outside noise, it can hurt you. It can hurt you in a different way. But when you're not having success, people are going to be naysayers and be negative as well, and that's okay. That's college football. That's sports, and so either which way, whether you're on a run or not, having success or you've had some hard times. You really got to stick to the guys within the room that go to work every single day, that understand what we're trying to get accomplished, and get better together and lean on each other.
It's a decidedly young team looking at the depth chart, only 6 seniors on the starting 22. Do you think that has something to do with the slow start? Because it looked like y'all were starting to coalesce a little bit better towards the end of the Missouri game. Do you think that's going to improve over the rest of the season?
I think definitely will improve and continue to grow and gain that experience. I think we had some guys that went down who had played a lot of ball that we're relying heavily upon this season. But that happens. We got to figure out different ways to make sure that when guys step in and everybody around them has to step up, and they have to step up and understand what they're doing. And so I think as we continue to get more game and more experience and more confidence, in some of these areas, I think it's only going to get better.
Did Tyree Thornton decide to hang it up?
Yeah, we wish him the best.
I wanted to ask you about Rod Brown, freshman defensive tackle. Last week he has 7 tackles, career high for him, has a sack as well. Just what have you seen out of him in terms of progressing and really adapting to the college game?
I'll tell you what, Ray, he's an unbelievable dude. He works his tail off. He's really strong, got great balance and leverage. I haven't seen many freshmen, do those things, especially up front. That's a grown man's position, up front, O-line, D-line. It's a little different for guys coming in and playing that position as a true freshman. But he's doing a lot of great things. He comes to work every day, loves ball, continues to work on what he needs to, and he just gets better. And he's a really fun guy to coach, and really looking forward to his future and continuing to watch him grow.
What are your thoughts on playing on Friday? You worked in Texas, and it's a big Friday night high school football state.
Yes, it is. Friday night football, I love Friday night football. The state of Texas especially, it's unbelievable, and it's always been that tradition. But, I love playing football whenever they tell me we're going to go out and play. And so, as of today, I know we got this opportunity on Friday night, and we're looking forward to it. But, Friday night football in the state of Texas, it's an unbelievable state, and the coaches and the high schools and do an unbelievable job, and I enjoy watching that.
I want to ask you on the defensive side. It seems like, especially the last few weeks, it's been several slow starts. Obviously you got to stop on the first drive, but then 5 touchdowns or 5 scoring drives given up after that. Just is there anything you attribute that to?
Well, I think a couple times we've put them in poor situations. We had that stop there right after the first series. Got the ball offensively, didn't do much with it, turned it over, and kind of put them behind the 8 ball a little bit. And I thought they fought really hard throughout that drive, and we ended up, not making a competitive play there at the end, which cost us points. But we got to settle down. You look overall the other night, I thought there were some really positive things defensively that. When everybody's, again, playing the defense called and communicating and making sure you're getting the call, it looks pretty good. But, there's that 5 or 6 mental errors, not getting a call, communication, missed tackle here or there, that can hurt you. And so especially against, again, an SEC opponent on the road. And so we got to do much better there. I think we had 5 plays in that game that were 220 yards. So the explosives. And 21 points. And so we gave them a lot of opportunities offensively by turning the ball over. And then you look at 5 plays defensively that play them a little better. Could have been a much different game.
And it hasn't just been defensively. It seems like you guys have kind of gotten off to a poor start consistently here of late.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something you guys can do to change that, or that you looked at?
Got to settle in and execute. I'd love to tell you there's some guru thing of coaching to where you can try to get them settled in. Yeah, you got to get them comfortable and But I think some of that is making routine plays. Everybody just going out, relaxing, and doing the things that you do every single day in practice, and executing the way we do in practice. I think sometimes you have some of those struggles. Guys overreach. Guys play hard, but maybe try to strain a little too much, maybe making mistakes. And it only takes one guy. I feel like we just kind of we've kind of taken turns offensively. It hadn't been one group, one person. It's kind of been a little bit of everything, the consistency, and that's what we got to do a better job of. And then, you start having some of that to where you're not having that success, and then maybe guys pressing a little too hard. So we just got to settle in and play ball the way we can. I know what we look like every single day out there competing against each other in practice, and you just got to carry it over. Part of it.
What are you expecting to see out of Marshall this week?
I think they're a very physical team. They've always been one of the top teams in our conference, and played for a lot of championships. Offensively, they had all starts in their run game. They do a great job in getting downhill in their zone game and bringing you up, play action pass. They got explosive receivers. I think their quarterback does a great job. Very impressed with him over the last 2 years, watching him grow. And they do a great job offensively. They've been able to put points on the board, and defensively they're always going to be physical. They do a great job within their scheme. Up front, I think they have a lot of twitch. They're twisting, their stunt games. They will bring pressure, but and then on the back end, they'll get some man, but they're very good in what they do out of their too high looks, and the safeties come down the run game and fit it, and they're physical. They're a physical football team, very sound on special teams. So I know they're really excited to get back out, and get ready to play. So it's always a challenge, and we're looking forward to the challenge. Our guys know what they're up against.
Do you think they're kind of settled in under Huff? Sometimes it takes a few games before.
Yeah, they look comfortable to me on tape. They've had some very competitive games. They've had some ups and downs, but there's no doubt, they look comfortable within their system. You probably have to ask a little bit more to them how they feel about that, but I feel like they look good on tape.
Couple more. I want to ask you about their running back, Rasheen Ali. You talked about just how he sort of leads them on offense. Got 11 touchdowns through the year. Just what makes him a really special player for them?
Well, I think obviously it kind of starts within that run game, and he does a great job. He has great vision, runs physical, but also has the speed to hit it, and hurt you with explosive plays. So, and I think they do a great job up front. That's part of it as well. Their O-line and tight ends. They're a very physical group, and they do a great job. And that's, I think that's why it all starts with them. And he's a very explosive player.
You got a couple of young secondary guys who are playing quite a bit with Upton and a few others, guys like that. But they're starting to come along here fairly well for you.
Yeah, I think they're doing some really good things. Again, it's overall just the overall consistency of making sure the communication, getting the right calls, and making competitive plays, not giving up the explosives. I think is the things that hurt us, and not only at times in the passing game maybe, but in the run game as well. And so that group just got to continue to, just like our team, everybody's got to continue to grow and get a day better and keep competing. That's the one thing I will say. I've been proud of our team. They compete. They love ball. They're going out and they're straining together. We haven't had the results go our way that we would have liked, but that's one thing, they are competing.
Yeah, Katie and Tyreek have played a lot of ball here for the last 7 years. What impact have they made on the growth of your program?
I think big, just the consistency. That's what you really have to have your veteran guys, especially when there's a lot of younger guys that don't have a ton of experience. You're going to make mistakes, but your veterans are the guys that have to be very consistent and be the calming voice per se, or be that positive energy, and they've done a great job of that.
Have they kind of done whatever you wanted or whatever you needed from them over the course of their career?
They both of them. They're awesome dudes. They're great. They're great teammates. Love ball. They both of them. They bring a ton of energy, which is crucial. And and you can just watch that just by watching them turn on the tape or turn on the TV and watch them fly around and hit people. And they're great leaders, great mentors. They do a great job, and they feed off each other as well. And so, we're grateful we have them.
Did they get a lot out of their talent over the course of their career? It seems like those were guys that came in and kind of squeezed the rag and kind of got everything they possibly could out of these years that they played here.
Well, I think they're very talented guys. I think there's been some ups and downs, just like all of us. We've been in a couple different systems. And so I think they're just really settled in with Coach Bennett and that defense. I feel very comfortable with their role and what we're doing. And, I think that only is going to help. And so not only with those two, but, you look at entirely on defense, I feel like we're much more in tune with each other and comfortable. And I think we're playing faster defensively. And I think a lot of that's just understanding what we're doing schematically and being on the same page.
Have they kind of provided that leadership for you as you transition through this system?
Yeah, they're always upbeat, positive. They love ball. They're great teammates. Like I said, they show a lot of leadership, and they get guys going, and that's what you're looking for, especially out of a veteran group.